In today's video, I'm going to show you how to silently install Visual Studio Code, and I will begin this video from my GitHub page. I will leave the URL in the description down below. As you can see, I have some download links and documentation links and install command that we will be using in this video. So from here, I will click on the download link, and it brings us to a Visual Studio download page. And here I will be downloading the system installer 64-bit. Let's wait a bit for it to finish downloading. And let's start. And let's continue by running our command line as administrator and going to our downloads folder. As you can see, we already have the installation file. I will copy the file name. Then I will type cmd/c. This is just for us to see if the installation is done. Then I will paste in the package name. And I will continue by typing /very silent, and then /no restart. In most cases, software like this doesn't require a restart, but just in case, we will leave it here. Then we want /suppress message smg boxes and /merge tasks equals run code. This last part will disable the function that makes Visual Studio start after installation. In most cases, when we are performing silent installations, we don't want software to start automatically after the installation. And let's continue by clicking enter. While it's installing, we can go back to my GitHub page. As you can see, I left a documentation link here. This documentation is for Visual Studio Code. You can find some information. And as you can see here, what command line arguments are supported by Windows Setup. It says that Visual Studio is using inosetup for the installation package, and we should look at inosetup command line switches. And as you can see, there is more information what arguments you can use when installing Visual Studio. I also left the same link here. Let's see if the installation is done. Yeah. It seems that it finished installing. Let's go to Start, All Apps, and let's look for it. Yeah, as you can see, Visual Studio is installed. Also, it didn't auto run after installation. Let's click on it, and it seems to work just fine. Just one bit of information. The reason why we use System Installer, because most of the silent installations that administrators want to perform is using GPO or Intune or some other deployment tool. And most of those deployment tools uses system account. And if we would try to install user installation, the package would install just under the system account, and no other user on that computer would be able to see Visual Studio after the installation. So that's why we use the system installer, because it installs under the computer and every user on that computer can see the Visual Studio. And that's it for this video. See you in the next one.